Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm sitting here with my cards getting ready to do the last full moon reading of 2018. Also the last integration activation of 2018. So this is a big one. It's like the ending of endings for 2018. Doing the work that we need to do, whether inwardly or outwardly or both. To clear the space for the new cycle. And that's very much in alignment with the winter season and going inward and really going into the depths of the darkness. Knowing that the light is also returning. To every end there's a new beginning. And death is just as important as birth. And it's important to remain present through all parts of the process, from beginning to end and begin again. So I'm excited about this full moon reading because it is the last one of the year. And it is Shabbat. It's a day of extra magic. There's magic on magic on magic, so the energies are high for this reading. And it's also solstice. There's a lot of change happening now. So this reading is really going to show us, the archetypes are going to speak to us, the symbols are going to reveal to us what it is we need to consider right now. What parts of our thinking are most relevant and important right now. In what priority order should we be handling things? And how do we do that? So thank you for tuning in for this reading. I'm about to begin. If there's anything that wants your attention before it can be let go of fully, please do that now, so that we can gracefully and as efficiently as possible move forward with the reading and empty ourselves to receive the divine wisdom that we are seeking at this time, at this magical point in our shared cycle. Feel free to send your energy into the deck. You can see your vessel emptying. However that looks to you. There's no right way. It's your imagination, so play. What does it look like and feel like to be empty? That's art. Don't judge your art, whether it's with a pencil or a pen on paper, or it's the visions in your mind's eye. Don't judge it. Whatever you choose it to be is perfect. So, empty yourself by way of your own imagination and welcome and invite in the information that you seek to know. Undisturbed by the ego's constant thoughts about things that would only fill that space we're trying to empty to receive this wisdom. So drop it and drop in. And we begin. Okay, so I pulled 5 cards. A card to represent the past, and really this past year. So not just the most recent past, but a card to summarize what we are stepping out of and what brought us to this present moment. The next card is the present moment, and that will tell us about where we're at right now in the process currently. And then there is a bridge card, which will represent a challenge and simultaneously the gift as we move forward to the future, which is the 4th card, the future. And the 5th and final card above is the crown card, or the ally, a little message to carry with us as we cross this bridge. I'm flipping them over. Okay, interesting. We do have one major arcana, and that's in the future. The future's open wide. The future's very bright. This is an awesome card to have for the future, to do this end of year reading and to see that right away the card that stuck out the most, the one major arcana card out of all 5, the sun. This is beautiful. This is a good omen for the future. And as always, we have our free will, so destiny is nature, but free will decides how we're going to allow that nature to move through us, and that will determine its manifestations. So it's our free will, how we look at this. We're going to have the opportunity to really shine in the coming months, but we have to take that and we have to make that a reality. It's up to us. That's a little bit about the future, and we'll see how the sun is really in connection to the other cards as I pull them. So the card of the past and what we're stepping out of is the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are initiations and new beginnings, and Pentacles is the suit of Earth. So it looks like this past year has been a lot of new earthly beginnings, and this could mean many things, and what I'm feeling like is health. You know, our collective consciousness has made many shifts as far as health. We've been really progressing as far as health consciousness and really questioning what we're putting into our bodies. So I think as a collective, it's safe to say that that's a part of our past that we've been really building here is health consciousness. Also starting new projects, really stepping out of, our box and being brave enough to start new earthly projects, new homes, new jobs, new businesses. There was a lot of this progression in the past year. I see that as a very Aquarian result of the consciousness shift that we're having right now, which is all in Aquarius is the 11th house, which is about community and brotherhood of man and technological advancement. And so I think that we're starting to see that this whole past year up until this moment has been about a lot of the new age business entrepreneurs showing up and really taking that first step in building their business based on a foundation that's actually for the highest good of the one. We're starting to see more people who are interested in these kinds of things actually do something with that. Actually be brave and take a stand and create their business on a foundation that is more natural and green. So we've stepped into some new projects in the past year. We've started some new earthly projects, in this material realm. Then next I'm going to talk about the present. The card of the present is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is fire, it's spirit. The Seven of Wands is about taking a stand, standing up for what you know is true, but don't exert more energy than necessary in your fight. Is the fight really worth it? Choose your battles wisely. What are you really defending? What you're holding in your hand there is a rod. It's fire. It's spirit. Are you defending what is true, what is pure, what is actually worth it? Is what you're fighting for worth it? Sometimes standing for what you believe in means being quiet and strategic, or letting things go simply because it's not worth the energy. So stand up for what is right and what you believe in, but do it in a way that is most efficient for the highest good of the one in all dimensions, including physically. Do you, and don't worry about being attacked or all of these things. I mean, be discerning, yes. But don't cause drama that is unnecessary. If you know something to be true and right in your heart, you don't need to prove that to anybody. But ironically, there may be a time where it's time to present your case or present your argument. And at that time, it is important to step up and express your opinion. So this is where we're at right now. It's about really standing for our truth, despite any opposition, and also not giving too much energy to the opposing energy. Not to give our power away. It could be a trap. Okay, so then we have 2 3s. We have 2 3 cards. The bridge to the future is a 3. It's the 3 of Cups. And the crown card as we cross that bridge is the 3 of Pentacles. So the bridge is the 3 of Cups. Cups are water. It's a suit of emotions. It's about celebrating, teamwork. But the occult side of it is really, who are we celebrating with? And what are we seeing, or how are we seeing ourselves in them, and how are they seeing themselves in us? What is this reflecting for each other? Are we celebrating in good reason, for good reason? Are we working together for the highest one? If so, this is a cause for celebration. And so it's really about finding those people, I think, that, cups, emotions, about finding those people that we connect with on a real level and collaborating from there, whether it's business or, whatever it is, doesn't matter. The project, whether it's a career or just something you enjoy doing, is always something that we're doing for the one. Everything we do is either for the one or it's not. So this card coming after this present moment card is kind of showing me like it's time to really do what we know is right and let go of the opposing forces that we're just attached to in our lives. Like it's like we're clinging to these forces that just aren't in alignment with what we want. Like we have conflicting contracts and it's being revealed in the people we choose to surround ourselves with. But we have the chance to make that better, to cross this bridge, to use this to get to this, to be our most conscious, aware, and enlightened self. We can get there. We just need to change, who we're reflecting with, who we're building with, who we're working with. Make sure that when we're celebrating our teamwork and achievements together, it's really coming from a space of the heart so that we can trust that our manifestations are really worth it, that they're going to reflect that and they're built upon a sustainable design. So that once we are successful and make something of that in this material world, it can't be taken from us or destroyed because what's behind it, what it symbolizes, is love, is heart. And so even if that product or whatever it is we're producing fades away, hopefully its effects will last in eternity. Hopefully its effects will be something that was so worth our efforts, not just individually, but together. So it's time to really build the team that you can connect with in that space. It's okay if you don't with one person, that's just lessons, and it's just showing you to move towards the ones that you do in order to build. We're always going to come across people, every day in our interactions, but it's about really making connections right now is very important, deepening connections and spending time and energy on those people who you can build with. It's like the universe is calling for us to absolutely do that. It's the way I'm seeing it energetically is like it's an opportunity to neutralize all of the experiences we've had with those beings who were not in alignment with our heart's truest passions and desires. It's like we've been learning these lessons through, being with people and communicating with people who have opposing views. And that's fine, but we don't want to get stuck there too long because then we just end up wasting all of our energy on arguing and fighting and defending our truth rather than just pursuing it with those who support it. So let's stop wasting our energy on fighting the energies around us that aren't in alignment with what we really want to see for the new year and the new cycle, which is always this. We always aim for this. Whatever our goal is, whatever it looks like, we all have them and they're all different, but what's behind it is that shine. That's what we want. We want to step into the light. All of us want that. We want to step into the light. We want to awaken. And how beautiful to have this card as the future card on solstice. Look at that. The sun. Yes, 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 yes. That's what we all really want, always. If we had to pick a card from the entire tarot deck to symbolize our next new beginning, what we're aiming for, we would pick this. We would. Because this is a major arcana card. It's one of the first 22 cards of the deck, and it symbolizes that illuminated part of the journey through consciousness. It's our awakening, our rise. We would want this at the beginning. That's so aligned with our nature. And if we want that, we need to work in harmony with those people that we love and who love us so that we can really have a solid foundation and not have to waste our time and energy arguing on whose point is right because we all have the same shared point. And we may not all have the same exact shared point. At the root of it, we do, is to heal the one. But it looks different. We each have different projects to focus on. But there are others that are wanting to work with you and support you and help you, whether that's literally sharing the same project and, helping with different parts of it, or doing different projects and weaving them together because they support and uplift each other. We need to kind of get in our harmonic groove. You know what I'm saying? We need to kind of get in that right flow where instead of wasting our energy, because we're all connected. If one wastes, we waste for the one. If one wastes, we waste the one. So we need to all do this for each other. We owe this to each other. Keep doing what we're doing. It's fine. Absolutely pursue your heart. Absolutely pursue your heart's desire. But know that we can all do it in harmony. And we don't need to waste our time doing it with those who are not in alignment with it. We just got to face that once and for all. It's time. And the last card well, I already spoke about the future card. I'll talk about that again, I guess, to wrap it up. But the last card we haven't talked about yet is the Crown card, and it's another 3. Like I mentioned, it's the 3 of Pentacles. So this is the message as we cross this bridge. It's saying, remember this. And I already basically talked about this. You're going to see how this so perfectly fits in here, because this card, the 3 of Pentacles, is all about work. And that it's great to work as a team, because you see 3s are teams. That's why these tie in together so obviously. 3s are teamwork. It's all about working in this material realm with a team, and how amazing that can be. As long as you're working with others who are as conscientious as you. And not just, as presently, aware as you, but constantly aware of what is the matter, it's the intention. Being very aware and conscientious, yes, but of the same goal. You want to align with those beings you're working with, otherwise it's working against you. It's all an energetic reality here. Everything is mind. So it's better to work alone and give it your all than working with someone who's not in alignment with your, your beliefs and your actions. Because then looking at everything as one, and that person as you, you're contradicting yourself. So this is saying in the work field and every project we work on now, whether it's career or a new project, whatever, definitely consider those around you who could support you in some way, whether it's joining in on the project with you, or maybe there's a collaboration you can do with someone else's project to grow the power of your, collective goal and idea. But it's saying that the opportunity for teamwork is there if you look for it, for support in some way is there. But absolutely be discerning of who you do this with, who you do these projects with, who you work with, whether it's for fun or for, career. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's all for the one. Be conscientious of who you surround yourself with, who you work with. Know that if you are welcoming someone onto your team or even into your life, even as like a romance or a friend or a colleague or, a coworker, whatever, know that if you're surrounding yourself with energies that are ultimately opposing your desired outcome or your manifestations, your dreams, your visions, you're going to, whether consciously or subconsciously, be wasting some amount of energy, even if it's an iota, on something that's contradicting you. Even just being in their presence, they're embodying a vibration of a certain manifestation, and so are you. Especially if you're in a realm of healers or people who are very aware and conscious, as many beings are coming in, so we're moving toward that world anyhow. You're both super on it and focusing on your goal. Now, if 2 people are focusing on goals that contradict each other and they're constantly in each other's presence, that's not going to be helpful for the manifestation of the outcome. Look how much energy we are wasting on simply just arguing our point. So it's time to move past that and celebrate with those people who are in alignment with our goals that are ultimately tied to the healing of the heart and the most important goal of the overflowing cup. And that will bring us to a future so bright. I loved this reading. I'm going to sit here and look at these cards a little bit and meditate on it for a second, because this is so relative for me, and I love doing these collective readings because they're for all of us. It's not just for me, and I love to hear how it relates to you guys, so please share your stories. But yeah, this is a big one. This is the last one for 2018. I very much look forward to keeping up these videos for and with all of you, and to just continuing to enjoy life's ride and journey, dreamy journey. I've got a lot of cool things that I'm going to announce soon, you guys, things I've been working on, projects. And stay tuned for later today for this week's mystical report of the Torah portion that was for this Shabbat. There's going to be, I do this every week for those of you who are unaware, on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RebeccaMagick, and Magick is with a CK. Every week, I take the Torah portion of that week, and I take the metaphysical understanding, the mystical insight from behind it, and I share the message that is relevant for this week. It's sort of like the tarot for the week. Tarot, Torah, tarot, Torah. So it's very different from this, but we'll be able to tie in very beautifully with it. Just like I was saying for this reading, you find those things that support each other. That's what we're doing right now. It's all about the harmony, finding what works where, like a puzzle. And I bet you that's going to relate to the Torah portion, and I'm really excited because I don't know what it is yet either, so it will be a fresh one for me too. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you a little bit later for the Torah portion of the week. Shabbat Shalom.